Hey everybody, I'm back here at the front view of the pole barn, and so what I've been up to for the next phase of this build is now we have a dry cover and rain is pretty much stopped. Now the heat is here and I need to get working on the floor. So I've been working in the shade. That's been kind of nice. But the hard part was the very beginning of this required me to realize that the floor itself was on a space that would have been close to the floor that I was building, and I needed to make space underneath for moisture, and so the ground is not right up against that floor cavity that we're creating. So what I did was I started excavating by hand with the shovel, and yeah, it's like the size of a pool when you start getting to it. A shallow pool at that, but a pool nonetheless. And the hard part wasn't as, I knew I could get to finishing this digging portion, but where to put the dirt? So I had to find all the low parts on the property here, and I started spreading the dirt. So now that I got this out, I needed to create a joist support for the base of the floor. So the first step in getting a really solid foundation was that I had to put cement pillars down. The cement pillars held a small frame called joist supports or a floor support, and that all got attached. And the way I had to do that was I had to excavate really intensely right where that pillar went, and then I had a hand tamper, and the tamper, here we go, here's the tamper. I had to tamp down that ground, and this tamper then was helping me break old bricks up. I broke them up really small, and then I tamped those down into that hole. Then I put sand on top of that and got it so my measurement was right with a line that I drew. And I finally got the final support beam where I wanted it to be. And next step was to cover it in plastic so that the floor and the dampness of being there didn't affect my come into the building eventually. So I got that covered with plastic, and the last step was building this joist for support of the subfloor. So it is a 16-inch on center design, and I'm going to have 3/4 inch plywood, and I have two principal perpendicular supports across the room at 4 feet each. So I think the whole width of the product is about 12 feet. And so what I've done here is created a system that is traditional joist supports, meaning metal supports on the whole runner board that goes around the bottom of the building. And I have a good foot to 18 inches of space in between, so that should do great for the moisture. And so we're about ready to go to the next phase. The next phase is I'm going to put lines of wire, kind of like utility bale wire, that's going to go across the whole length of the structure at every 1 foot interval, and that is going to hold in my rock wool insulation bats, and I'm going to put those down, and then I'm going to put 3/4 inch plywood. So I'll catch you up on the next time around. All right, thanks for watching.